We have a wonderful future ahead of us if we choose to create it. Listen, the US just made it official and legal to make America poorer because from now until after the next elections, they can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. With the BRICS nations working together to create a new reserve currency, the US government just added fuel to the fire. The threat to the US dollar is getting stronger. It's time to protect yourself, your family, and your future. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you if you want to invest in gold. You will also get a 24-karat 1/4 ounce gold standard coin for free. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com, the gold company I trust. What is the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If we look at our society today and apply this definition, we will find that insanity is omnipresent. Some people might say, what do you mean? We're not doing the same things over and over again. We're constantly changing. That might be true, but what is the outcome of that constant change? More precisely, what is the positive outcome of that constant change? As a society, are we healthier? Are we happier? Are we more connected? Do we have more authentic creativity? Are we living in harmony? If addiction, suicide, sickness, crime, and moral depravity are any indicators, the answer to all of those questions is no. So what is the reason, the root cause for all of this? The answer is simpler than you might think. While the overwhelming majority of the people has literally no vision, whether positive or negative, for their personal future or the future of their nation, an overwhelming minority does have a vision and is single-mindedly focused on bringing it about every single day. The vision of the minority is a complete and irreversible technocracy, which means that artificial intelligence and highly advanced technologies are at the center of everything and in control of everything. As we are awakening and realizing this, we must ask ourselves, what is a good, a positive, and a natural vision for the future? We must start with the most fundamental question. How can we be healthy and meet our own most basic needs like food, water, shelter, and energy? The answer that is so obvious but not at all part of the public discussion is this. We must model our vision for the future after nature. Everything in nature exists in a divinely orchestrated order. Everything has purpose and everything is part of the great circle of life. This, of course, includes man, but our species is the only one fighting against nature, rather than remembering how to live with it. We somehow believe ourselves to be separate or above it, and our relationship with nature is purely transactional. We always think, how can we get as much as possible out of it, no matter the cost? So when we talk about building new systems for the future, we're not really building new systems. We are tasked with discovering and remembering the original ones. A society can survive by accepting different and alternative forms of living, but it will die when it models itself after those different and alternative forms of living. The fundamental basis for a healthy and happy society is the natural family. A natural family consists of a mother, a father, and their children. It furthermore includes grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, and cousins. If the family unit is healthy and intact, society at large can model itself after that family unit and will be healthy and intact itself. So how do we define a healthy and intact family unit? The family has a dedicated space to live in and create a home, including enough space to sustain itself and grow their own food and plant medicine in a natural, organic, and pesticide-free way. The family must be able to produce their own clean energy or have access to it. The family is happy and healthy and can provide and has access to authentic and truthful spiritual, mental, physical, and cultural education for their children. This must include training of all physical and mental abilities necessary to be fully self-sustainable. The family has the ability to create financial income from the fruits of their labor. Unnecessary burdens like taxation of income and property must end. In fact, our greatest focus should be on creating optimal conditions for families to thrive on all levels. Because these thriving and happy families will then become the bedrock of a stronger, happier, and healthier nation, and a kinder and more harmonious world. Family values and morals must be elevated and promoted in the arts, entertainment, and education, and local and national holidays should be created that amplify and celebrate families and a natural way of life. These principles are perfectly explained in all details in the Ringing Cedars books by Vladimir Megre. We talk about them quite a lot on this channel. They contain the necessary blueprints and portray beautifully what effects these changes will have on whole nations and the earth. I predict that if these fundamental changes that include changes of our current laws are adopted by a critical mass of families and communities, we will be able to not only counteract a dystopian, technocratic, transhumanist future, but reduce or eliminate some of our greatest problems within one generation. These include things like cancer, obesity, a variety of mental illnesses, diabetes, but also poverty, crime, divorce, and many other detrimental problems society has today. While the natural family is the foundation of a healthy, prosperous, and peaceful nation, other forms of unions shall never be discriminated against, excluded from society, or disadvantaged. In order to bring all of this about, we must first focus on a positive, natural, healthy, and beautiful future. We must educate ourselves on tried and proven strategies, principles, and values that create happy families. In order for a vision to become a reality, our choices need to reflect that vision. The question we must ask ourselves is, does this choice contribute to or hinder the vision of the future I hold? To clear our minds from the wrong kind of thinking, we must spend a lot of time in nature. We must become silent more often and listen. We must seek the connection with God the Creator, who is prescribed in a very self-evident way. The ways of living we are seeking. In essence, we must begin changing our minds and our hearts. This process is the opposite of instant gratification because it requires discipline, dedication, devotion, and the will to be fundamentally different from the mainstream. I'm telling you, we have a wonderful future ahead of us if we choose to create it. Our own path has fundamentally changed after reading and rereading the Ringing Cedars books for many, many years. Please find some very helpful links in the video description to learn more about them and the movements and initiatives they have inspired. Would you like to get access to exclusive content as well as being part of a community of like-minded people posting, sharing, and connecting on a deeper level? Come join the Inspired community on Locals, where we share more intimately and privately and do our Coffee and Truth live streams, as well as our Honey Talks show, the only inspired show with Christine Nolan. The Inspired community is absolutely uncensored and unfiltered, a place for truth, authenticity, and freedom. Join us now at inspired.locals.com or click on a link in the video description.